Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gia. In this video, I'll be talking about the 2020 Ascension Energy. But before I do that, I want to go into what are we actually talking about when we say 2020 Ascension Energy and how it operates, and then talk about some of the information on Ascension Energy of 2020. Ascension Energy is simply put is referring to the higher vibrational frequency, a higher level of consciousness that is available for us and that we can anchor and embody within so that we can experience it through our reality that we open up around us. So simply put, again, it's that anchoring process of higher dimensional energy, which we can actually manifest by expanding our consciousness. So expanding our consciousness meaning listen to our inner guidance system, right? Listen to our intuition, take that risk that you've been wanting to take to unfold the new reality that you're truly seeking within, and also listening to your triggers that are telling you some of the areas for you to let go. So it's really about that process of anchoring high vibration energy through the inner work process. And this can also mean anchoring of higher vibrational emotions such as peace, surrendering, love, gratitude, and so on. So I think of Ascension Energy as a radio station on the radio. So we have different radio stations that we go up and down the channels and we tune into them. And when we tune into them, we basically have a flow of music or sound or vibration that comes forth into our reality. In the same way, I see Ascension Energy as a station. In another way to put it is the higher radio station that you can tune into as you turn your channel. So this is about you are vibrating on that frequency of that ascension energy so you can embody it within you. So it really does not have to be something very esoteric and complicated and out of reach. It's about that process of anchoring your true authenticity, allowing your old belief systems, your old wounds to pass by working through them, anchoring the higher ascension energy vibration that is available for us in our reality in the here and now. We live in a holographic universe, so that means whatever we vibrate on will be shown to us through our reality as what we are vibrating at. So if you are living a life where you are feeling very shameful, maybe you're shameful of something that you did to someone that you are very close with and that you're really stuck in that energy, then that means the reality that you see from this vibration that you're offering is going to be of that shame vibration. You might experience low self-esteem. You might feel like people are against you. You might feel a lot of separation from the world around you. And you might even interact with that same person that you are, thinking about from the perspective of your past interaction with that person, rather than seeing your interaction and your relationship with that person from a new lens of now, right? What's actually happening now. So these are all examples of different ways that we manifest and create our reality from our vibration in this holographic universe. You've probably experienced a time when you're feeling very, very down and low on yourself, and then something happens, something triggers you to feel higher vibration, embodying self-love and appreciation and gratitude of things that's happening around you. And you've probably experienced that experience of your whole reality shifting and changing into something positive. So this is a simple example of us living in this holographic universe. So again, what we vibrate on is what we experience as our reality. So this is an example of anchoring ascension energy as we go into 2020, as there are more availability and connection that we can choose to bridge if we choose to, if we will. So I want to talk about the process of going into the 2020 energy, ascension energy, and some of the experiences that you may have in this process. So as you tune yourself into that radio station of ascension energy of 2020 through your own unique creative expression, whether it's dancing, whether it's creating, whether it is talking, making speeches, or whether it's reading a book, or whether it is through meditation, whatever the unique experience that you use as a way to tune yourself to that radio station of ascension energy, you may experience some residue of old wounds or old belief systems paradigm showing up It's kind of like saying, hey, I'm still here. You got to work on me, right? So allow those to come forth and see it as an opportunity to release for you to anchor higher vibration. Because if the cup of tea is filled, you cannot pour a new tea into the cup. In order for the anchoring of the higher energy to take place, we need to be willing to take the risk and let go of the old and work on the wound and relieve it. So really take these opportunities when you feel triggered emotionally and something comes up, and this seems to be repeating something that you kind of recognize as a repetition in your reality. Pay attention to them, meditate on them, and think of ways to work through them. It could be in terms of relationships, certain emotions, it could be past trauma, it could be anything that is kind of stuck in your radar within your vibration. So pay attention to those moments in your life where you notice these things come up. And again, it's important to not fall into that pattern of feeling victimized or blaming others. It's really about you taking responsibility, working through them, and embodying it and feeling great about it. Another thing, as you move into the 2020 Ascension Energy frequency, as you tune yourself into it, you might experience changes in your relationships. Relationships may completely end, and or it might create a distance. So again, we live in a holographic universe, which means as our vibration raises up, as we anchor, as we choose to anchor that ascension energy within us, those around us that are not vibrating on a similar frequency will naturally leave organically, because again, we create through a holographic universe, right? So it's important to allow these things to take place gracefully and surrender to the process. And this can be really challenging for a lot of us. Sometimes we might have hard feelings about the people leaving or ended relationships. It could be a natural process of grieving. But if you feel deep within that there's something else within that might need to be resolved for you to feel that alleviation or letting go process, then it's important to kind of pay attention to that and work through it. It's important to remember that it's not that person or that relationship that you're having hard feelings about. It's about your experience and your emotions that you have through that projected reality, through that relationship. So you don't necessarily have to have that person available for you like right now in front of you in order to do this inner work. You can actually do this inner work because everything is a projection of yourself. So an example might be, I had a long period of time when I felt very resentful towards my mother because of my childhood and a lot of the things that I took on energetically that I did not really want, which I did not know as a child, but as I grew up, I knew that these were some baggages, emotional baggages that I took on her behalf. And I've lived away from home for many, many years. And this baggage will still come up during my process of releasing my old paradigm. So what I would do is I would look at my current relationship with other people and use that as a foundation on working through some of these feelings of resentment or anger. If we have any kind of childhood trauma or childhood memories or experiences that we're kind of still stuck on unconscious or unconscious level, these energy and emotions still manifest through our current relationship with other people. And if we really pay attention to these relationships and these small tiny moments within relationships where we might feel triggered or have certain bodily sensations or certain memories come up, these are all opportunities for us to really work through them, pay attention consciously, and find ways to relieve them. There's many different ways to work through it. I think the most important part is the fact that you're going through this consciously and perceive it as a process of your unfolding, rather than seeing it as a baggage or seeing as a kind of like a victim situation, because from there our vibration begins to lower. So really pay attention to any kind of interactions or emotions or kind of conflicts that are repeating in your life and see it as opportunity for your spiritual growth. Another thing about going into the 2020 Ascension Energy anchoring process, you might experience greater bridging or connection to multidimensional realities. And this comes in a very subtle forms. People talk about the numbers, the 111s, 222s, 333s, all these things. There's also synchronicities where you might have a question but the answer literally comes out of someone's mouth sitting right beside you. Those moments where we can really use as a way to inspire ourselves and raise our vibration. You might also have contact with multidimensional beings per se. You might have greater connection to your inner guide. So you might be more willing to listen to your intuition, and not only listen, but follow through that intuitive messages or guidance to see what happens. A little bit more of a willingness to take risks and take on different ways of patterning your life. And you might have contact with extraterrestrial beings that you don't really know about. You might have ringing in your ears, energy coming through your body and leaving. So a lot of these things can take place. What I've learned in my journey is to not get caught up in logically understanding them, because a lot of times it happens in such multi-dimensional ways that it can't really be comprehended through our logic. But my recommendation is to, if you are really curious to understand what's going on, practice listening within, listening to your heart and your body, rather than listening to your brain for some sort of analysis or understanding. Because I've realized that I really don't go anywhere with that kind of process. So I've learned to adapt to the process of listening to your body for any kind of answers, and listening to my heart and inner guidance system. And usually when you tune yourself into that radio station of the inward station of the Ascension Energy, you usually get answers at one point or another. Or there might be this energy that comes through that allows you to simply surrender to the process without needing to know. Because there's a lot of unknown than the known in our universe. So it's something for us to note and be willing to let go and surrender simply to the process of unfolding. You might experience changes in your body, your DNA system, so you might not be able to take in certain foods that you used to be able to take in, nor would you be willing to take in some of those kind of food that are not serving you. I've had physical symptoms of my body reacting to instant foods, so I've kind of cut down on that. There might be times where your body shuts down. It can come in forms of sleeping or just complete fatigue. In whatever form it comes, it's important to surrender to that process. All is well. I've had times where I would suddenly feel very, very sleepy, to the point where it's not just, oh, I'm gonna go to sleep, but it's more like my body is shutting down right now, and it feels as though someone is putting me to sleep. And it's a very relaxing process. And usually through those sleeps where I feel this need to go unconscious per se, I have a lot of experiences that is multidimensional. And so I've kind of learned to listen to my bodiless sensations, what it feels like in my body to have these kind of experiences, so I can recognize, oh, this is the kind of like that different type of sleep that I'm experiencing, or this is that regular sleep that I usually have. So it's really about tuning into your body to know for yourself what these things are. Usually these are not things that can be taught per se, even though it could be shared in how it comes in different forms. But it's really about that self-study of what these different sensations or tingling sensations or energy sensations or sleep sensations mean to you, and how you associate with it, so you can understand the process a little bit better, if you will. It's very important to set intention every day or every moment, if possible, in terms of how you want your life to unfold. And this is not really about the expectation of how your life will unfold today, but it's more about that process of setting intention, conscious intention on your vibration that you want to offer that moment. So if you get into situations where your head feels a little bit foggy and you feel like your day is gonna go just very foggy overall, then that will be kind of like a sign where you can set a conscious intention on how you want your vibration offering to be. So this could be a great opportunity for you to meditate, if you will, to ask your guides, so what are some intention or what are some messages for my day that I can focus on? And I do this practice every morning. Sometimes I get messages to focus on slowing down. So slow down every act that you take, even the act of grabbing a cup of water and drinking it. Or it could even be a message of listening to your body, listening to your heart, operating from your heart. There's different things that you can receive in terms of guidance if you really tune inwards, rather than living your day blindly tuning into different things without much conscious awareness. So it's really about clarity in your goal, or intention would be a better word for it, that can really help you through that ascension energy anchoring process in a more stable manner. So these are some information that I wanted to share. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you have any topics that you would like me to cover, you can comment below and let us know. Thank you very much for tuning into this video and subscribing to my channel in general. Thank you, and I will see you next time.